This is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Cousins' Redskins going up against Smith's Chiefs.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Washington Redskins. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry down for Rob Kelly. No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
This is the rookie from Oklahoma, Samaje Perine. Fighting through it, he's got space. And now look at him go. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. And even 60 yards on the ground. And now the offense operates in the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, the Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins completes it right side to Dodson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On third down, Cousins. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up fourth.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. No good. He pulled it just a wee bit wide left. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Terrell McClain in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Now the rookie from Toledo, this is Kareem Hunt, able to slither by. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the two. But the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. From the gun, here's Smith. And Wilson has it. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On first down, Smith. On target over the middle to Hill. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A toss play to Hunt. They find some open field here. Space to run past the 20. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in...
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The rookie from Alabama, Jonathan Allen. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
We don't have enough time left in the game to list all the awards Jonathan Allen won his last year at Alabama. Suffice to say, though, led the team with 10.5 sacks, playing defensive tackle, defensive end. This guy's versatile, and he's good.
Well, 2 of the notable awards, the Bednarik and Nagurski awards, he took those home.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Terrell McClain in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Justin Houston coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Cousins now on second down. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Cousins on first down. Setting up the screen to Pirine. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I don't think there's any question that Jordan Reed is as athletic as any tight end in the league. All right, I don't think there's any debate about that. The hard part is just him being able to be healthy.
And when he's on the field, though, boy, does he take them to another level, doesn't he?
He certainly does. Changes the game for them because they can use him in so many different spots and create mismatches against the defense.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Rob Kelly was the number 3 rookie runner in the NFL in 2016 behind Ezekiel Elliott and Jordan Howard. What a nice start for him.
Seemingly out of nowhere because he was undrafted, and I think ready to put his imprint on this Redskin franchise.
One reason, he can do everything. Run it with power inside, catch the ball out of the backfield, and also pass protects really well for his quarterbacks.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And now here comes Kansas City. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, You know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The drive begins with a handoff to West. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Smith from the gun, he'll throw. He hits West underneath. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Wilson snags it left side. And he's brought down. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Escaping the pressure right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll run for it with West. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Charkandrick West, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are in for 6.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
It's good to see Josh Dotson back on the field. Only 2 games played as a rookie due to an injury. They need his high-flying ways to spark their offense.
And they expect a lot out of those high-flying ways. 3rd wide receiver taken in last year's draft. They'll run it now out of the gun. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Play action for P-Ryan. Now Cousins. Jordan Reed has it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Cousins to his big target. Reed and the Redskins have a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
They'll run again with P-Ryan. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out come the Chiefs now. They begin here with a run by West. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 23 yards on the play.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And Hill with it over the middle. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. On 1st and 10, Smith into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Monte Nicholson, the rookie out of Michigan State. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Following the interception, Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
To throw is Cousins. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They go play action here on first down. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The drive starts with Rob Kelly. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground. He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Now Cousins. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. This Chiefs team, 33 takeaways last year, most in the NFL, and they get an early one here.
It doesn't happen by accident. They emphasize it. They coach it, they demand it, and they get them.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on second down is Smith. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Smith. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Smith. And he's got it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Now the point after try for Santos. So he missed his first 2, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. It's P-Ryan to begin the drive. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now they'll run it on the toss. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now Smith. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he's going to be shoved down pretty hard. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On first down, Smith. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very solid gain of 27. Fresh set of downs here. They'll toss it to Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Smith to throw on second down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And a give this time to the tailback. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Smith going to give this one to Hunt. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Smith turns and gives to West. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. This from 25 yards out. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game a chance. For the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Redskins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And that play was vintage Derek Johnson. Made a play in the backfield. In college, he did as an outside linebacker. Used speed to get to the backfield. Now, a bulked-up inside linebacker with multiple Pro Bowls on his resume.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now a toss. This is West. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Smith. And this one's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
3rd and long. It's Smith. And Wilson has it. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. This is a 26-yard attempt. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And the pressure gets to him again. Danny Nicholas in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Cousins. Airing one out for Crowder. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. And Conley's got it over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Smith with a give to Hunt. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Smith now looking to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Allen Bailey in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Second down, Cousins. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Again, here's P-Ryan. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Caught here by Conley. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Smith. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And ready now for 2nd and 9.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
To the air again, Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Smith on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Smith now to throw. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
On third down, Smith. His pass caught at the 4. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to pound it in with West. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Charkandrick West with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Chris Jones in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. On the ground, it's West again. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Smith. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. On third down, that's Hunt. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Throwing now, Smith. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On the toss, there goes Wentz. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at second down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terrell Pryor, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Smith going to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Smith now on second down. Going to look deep for Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Smith. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They snap it to Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Kansas City, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.